You ever wake up to the sound of your entire life getting stolen in the middle of the night? Yeah, that happened. It was 2:47 in the morning, Texas heat still clinging to the air like it refused to sleep. My alarm blared like a banshee, and I knew right then this wasn't a raccoon messing with feed buckets. This was calculated. Quiet, but not quiet enough. I grabbed my Winchester, slipped on my boots, and stepped into something I never expected: organized cattle theft happening right on my family land. From behind the old oak near the east fence, I saw three figures in camo gear with professional cattle prods, heading my black Angus breeding stock into a refrigerated truck like it was their daily job. And let me tell you, they weren't some half-drunk kids trying to pull a stunt. Not his was surgical. They knew what cattle to take, where the fence was weakest, how to stay out of the camera lines. They even jammed my security system and swapped the footage with a fake loop. They stole 12 of my best. Do the math, that's a $30,000 hit. But I didn't call the cops. Didn't go on a Facebook rant. I just watched. Let them think they got away with it. 2 weeks later, I caught the scent before I saw the Simi beef. Grilled to perfection and being served at a shiny new place called Community Grill, right in the heart of Willowbrook Heights subdivision. They were even advertising it as premium black Angus from local partners. Except I wasn't one of them. Not yet. So I walked in. The decor tried too hard: horseshoes on barnwood, fake authenticity, but what really caught my eye was the marbling on a ribeye in the display case. I raised that stare. I knew that bloodline better than my own cousins. Behind the counter, this woman in a sleek suit smiled at me like I was hired help. "Welcome to Community Grill," she said, all bright and rehearsed. "I'm Victoria Mansfield, HOA president and co-founder." Oh, I knew exactly who she was. Victoria had been poking around zoning records for months, trying to figure out how to turn Willowbrook into her own real estate empire. Her sidekick, Marcus, popped out of the kitchen in a chef's coat like he was filming a Food Network special. Talked about sourcing excellence and exceptional local partnerships. I just nodded, played dumb. Let them brag. But back home, I started digging. Found an old envelope in my grandfather's safe sealed, addressed to me. Inside. Water rights. Mineral deeds. Signed, notarized, and bulletproof. Turns out, my family had exclusive control over the underground aquifer supplying Willowbrook Heights. Without my signature, no development, no expansion, no water. That BBQ joint. Just a stepping stone in a bigger plan to flip my ranch into a spa resort for rich tourists from Dallas. They wanted my land, but first, they tried to break me. I started getting hit from every angle: fake environmental reports claiming I was poisoning groundwater, Facebook posts accusing my cattle of causing asthma in kids, HOA newsletters raising fees to protect the community. And get this, Marcus even set up a fake consulting firm to make the reports look real. The man barely knew how to test a brisket, let alone soil quality. But I didn't take the bait. I played along. I walked back into Community Grill with a smile and a proposal: "How about I become your official supplier?" Offered below market rates, premium cuts, full access for inspections. They couldn't sign fast enough. Victoria saw $signs. Marcus saw 5-star reviews. What they didn't see: that clause buried in the contract giving me full legal access to their entire operation. 3 days later, I made my next move. Quietly bought a stake in their restaurant using a shell company, Lone Pine Holdings. Didn't even flinch when Victoria toasted to community partnerships with a glass of Chardonnay she probably couldn't pronounce. Business boomed. My stolen beef was now being served legally, and everyone loved it. But while they were celebrating, my buddy Jake was tracking their every move. See, he'd rigged up a GPS system for my cattle months before the theft, just to monitor grazing. What we didn't know: That tech ended up mapping the entire route from my pasture to their freezer. Then came the twist I didn't plan. 3 customers filed food poisoning complaints. Mild cases, but enough to trigger a health inspection. Turns out, Victoria never got permits to serve non-commercial beef. By Texas law, that's a shutdown-worthy offense. And just like that, I had her by the brisket. Now, I could have ended it right there. Call the health department. Shut it all down. But that's not how I was raised. I waited until the 4th of July festival where Victoria planned to announce her grand vision for a sustainable resort experience. Hundreds of people showed up: media, officials, neighbors who'd once believed her lies. Then I stepped up to the mic. My name is Clay Tucker. I own every cow they've served you. And none of it was with my permission. You could hear a napkin drop. I laid it all out: fraud, theft, embezzlement, fake reports, food violations. I held up bank statements, HOA records, even the GPS data. Dolemi neighbor and courthouse insider matched up with a health inspector badge she'd on just for this day and declared the restaurant closed on the spot. But I wasn't done. Pulled out the water rights granddad's ace in the hole. Without my consent, I said, you don't get a drop. No resort. No golf course. No spa. Victoria cracked right there, screaming into the mic about community resource sharing, confessing to stuff I hadn't even accused her of yet. Marcus turned pale, tried to slip out the back, but the sheriff had other plans. Victoria's empire crumbled like a day-old biscuit. A month later, Community Grill reopened as a co-op owned by local ranchers. Same staff, same beef, just honest this time. Victoria. Last I heard, she's doing legal work for some tech startup in Austin. I even sent her a card: good luck with your next hustle. You know, some people think I went too far. That I should have just let it go. But when someone tries to take your land, your family legacy, your way of life, you don't walk away. You fight smart, and you finish what they started. So now I'll ask you, what would you have done? Was I right to play the long game? Or should I have burned it all down the minute I saw that truck? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about justice, legacy, and the kind of community we actually want to live in. You ever wake up to the sound of your entire life getting stolen in the middle of the night? Yeah, that happened. It was 2:47 in the morning, Texas heat still clinging to the air like it refused to sleep. My alarm blared like a banshee, and I knew right then this wasn't a raccoon messing with feed buckets. This was calculated. Quiet, but not quiet enough. I grabbed my Winchester, slipped on my boots, and stepped into something I never expected: organized cattle theft happening right on my family land. From behind the old oak near the east fence, I saw M3 figures in camo gear with professional cattle prods, heading my black Angus breeding stock into a refrigerated truck